Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of 30-day coding challenge, where I'll try to learn to code a fully functioning website end to end in next 30 days. This was day 3, and I'm really excited to let you all know what I did today. But before I go there, before I go into the details of today, day 3, I would want to take a step back and take a stock of what we have actually learned so far in last 3 days. So the first day was mostly about making a robust plan. After we had a good plan for the next 30 days, whatever time left in day one, I invested in understanding more about how information flows. What are the requirements from infrastructure side and equipment side? What are the protocols? Basically everything from whenever we type anything on our laptop, on our phone, where does the information go, how does the information gets retrieved to our phone, which gave me a good understanding of the nomenclature involved as well, such as LAN, ISPs, TCP IP protocols, HTTP protocols. So these are the few things that you need to have initial understanding of in order to build upon and for day 2, as per the plan was to have an understanding of the terminal or CLI command line interface and start looking into basic HTML. So that I did yesterday, and I continued on the basic HTML road today. So I almost finished basic HTML. There are a few modules left. I invested about 3.5 hours today. So during those 3.5 hours, I built a good understanding of fundamentals of HTML. I've gotten comfortable over the syntax of HTML. I've gotten to know how to embed external or internal videos in your web page, or internal or external files into your web page. I have done quite a few workshops. There were 2 or 3 workshops I did today, I guess, where I built a web page for a bookstore. I've built a web page for a video player. So that gave me a very hands-on experience and also made me a lot more comfortable with the syntax. Obviously, I was doing some errors, and it was a little difficult for me to figure out the syntax error if whenever there were any. But with the help of like the screen and the instructions, I was able to manage it okay. And after that workshop, it was time for reality check. So I had to pass a quiz in order to progress further. There were 20 questions, and I needed to know the answers of at least 18 for me to progress further. Like, there were few questions that were tricky, and I thought like I might be at the borderline, but I was pleasantly surprised when the result came in. I got 100% correct, which was quite good. And then we progressed to the last module of the day, which was semantic HTML. Semantic HTML is mostly about understanding the meaning behind the syntax. Some of the syntax in HTML, or the elements in HTML, have semantic meaning, which means that you can optimize those elements for search engine optimization. And they also come very handy for browser reader to read the information in a structured manner. Well, that was pretty much the day, and I invested about 3.5, 4 hours total in going quite deep into HTML. There is about 20% of HTML course still left, where I'll be learning about forms and tables tomorrow, and probably build a survey form as well. After that, the plan is to progress to learn about CSS. I'm anticipating, hopefully, I'll probably invest half day in HTML tomorrow, and the rest of the day probably learning basic CSS. That was pretty much day 3. It was challenging because I almost forgot few of the syntax that I learned yesterday, so I had to refresh my memory and go back into the review notes and see few of the syntax. Apart from that, I really enjoyed like building something that you can see on the web page, how it progresses, how the structure progresses, and I'm hoping like it will continue the same tomorrow as well. And as usual, I'm going to put the link below for all the resources that I used today, which is actually the same course that I've been doing from yesterday. Nothing much to report apart from learning about HTML. really excited about tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to finish it and progress to the CSS course. This is the same course. It's called Responsive Web Design Certificate. Well, I do not have any intention to complete the certification because CSS part looks massive. I'll probably pick and choose and have a basic understanding of CSS, but I'll still try to appear to the design certificate exam and see if I can clear it. That's from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. And if you found it useful, I really appreciate if you can subscribe to the channel or comment below and give me some feedback. Otherwise, as usual, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.